So in question number 2 here, it says which of the following variables would most likely follow a normal model? So as a reminder, just normal means that if you were to put the variable that you're interested in studying on a number line, so drawing this number line here, what happens in a normal model is that it has to be the shape of a normal curve, which looks something like this. So you'll notice that that means there has to be a middle number somewhere where most of the data gathers around. And then as you move away from that, the frequency, or how many times you see it, happens less and less. So that has to be true as you get both higher and lower. So if we think about this, family income might be one of those. So if you think about just drawing this out for a moment, if we put a low income right here and a high income right here, most people are going to be somewhere around a middle amount of money. And as you move away from it, it might be that you see less and less families that are receiving less money. And as you move away from this, you get fewer and fewer families that receive a lot of money. So there's a chance that A, income, might be a normal. But let's take a look and see heights of singers in a co-ed. So co-ed means both male and female. So if you do not know that co-ed means that, please make sure that you are aware of that. So if we look at this and say that we're talking about height now, well, the interesting thing is if we talk about women, women have a lower height average than men. So for women, their average might be right here, and some women will be shorter, some will be taller. But men, when we put them into this mix, have a different average, which is a little bit higher. And we'll shorten out, and then we'll do this. So if you take a look at the overall picture here, there's two humps here rather than one hump. That means that height, so long as it's co-ed, is not normal. So we can go ahead and take B right off the table. We can't do that. Okay. Now, weights of adult male elephants. So if we take a look at male elephants, and if we were to look at how their weights are situated, we might see that their weights have a lot of variation, but right now we can say, okay, well, maybe it looks like this, maybe it doesn't. The problem is we don't have enough knowledge to really say, do weights of male elephants actually have a normal distribution? So we just don't know. Now, scores on an easy test. Well, anytime you talk about a test, it's kind of interesting because there's always going to be a max possible score over here and the lowest possible score at this end. If the test is easy, I would expect scores to be over here towards the high end. Well, if I draw this out and say that's the top of the hill, there's this strange thing that happens. If I go like this, when I get to the max, I actually have to stop because I cannot physically go past this dotted line, because that dotted line is the maximum possible score. But I can come over here and trail off towards the low end. And if I were to ask you what type of shape this is, you wouldn't say that this is a normal distribution. You would say that this is a skewed distribution, and it's skewed left. So D is definitely not an answer. Well, if there were answers that I could take off of the table, then E cannot be the answer. So that means that my best answer here is A.